What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tony Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
We are back for episode 129 of the Climb Together podcast. We got a couple things to talk about today. First things first, I do want to point out we are doing a new time again. My bad, again. As you guys know, there's been a lot of life changes for me recently, so trying to find a good time to do the podcast has been, let's just say, difficult. At 9 o'clock just wasn't working, and I can't do noon because I have class, so we decided on 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. That way it's kind of like later in the day, and also I feel like with the noon too, we would miss a lot of things that would come out at 1, so now we have time to review them before 2 o'clock.
That's true. We don't have the Wednesday timing anymore.
Mm-hmm. Which I think will be beneficial.
I mean, especially like with COD, which is like the main thing we cover. That's 90% of the time there's any COD news that comes out. It comes out on Wednesday at 1.
Mm-hmm. So now it'll be a lot better. We'll be able to like cover that stuff timely, I suppose. Which would be good. So we're gonna probably rock this for as long as we can. Just depends on things, but at least until the end of January we'll be rocking this time. I'm going, my last semester, I'm gonna just kind of like take the classes that I need to take when I need to take them and call it a day. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So we got a couple topics to talk about. A lot of it Call of Duty related, most of it Call of Duty related, all of it Call of Duty related. Yes.
Well, I mean, if we have time for other stuff, then possibly
there's a couple other things we could possibly
Duty
discuss.
Things, but
yeah, but okay. So first off, first thing is Treyarch announces Zombies info coming next week. More than they can fit in 1 week, quote unquote.
Yeah, we were. So it was interesting. There was actually. They teased during Gamescom that there would be like a Zombies Week type thing happening soon, and it would be in between Gamescom and COD Next. And we were all excited for it, but we didn't know when it was going to be. But then, late last week, they actually said that the zombie stuff was not quite ready yet, and we were all like, "Well, guess Zombies Week is dead." And then, on Monday, they announced, they were like, actually, we got zombie stuff coming next week, so we're good.
So, hey, BO7 zombies, it's gonna be interesting. So we'll definitely delve into that. I don't know when it's gonna be all week. So should we wait until like after?
Yeah, honestly, like with something like this, because this is gonna be 2 weeks before COD Next. We could probably just do whatever date the podcast is before COD Next. We could just cover all that.
Yeah.
All in one podcast and be like, this is everything we know before COD Next.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, cool. We'll do that. But look at that's a really cool like scene we've got going on there. It looks like a chain, some roots, some sort of car, a vehicle, if you would. From
the Wonder vehicle.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We'll see. So yeah, we'll do that then. We'll have an episode dedicated to everything we know about Call of Duty before COD Next, and then we'll do everything we know after COD Next. Just to kind of, see what really was a shock or what was really confirmed, I suppose, during the big COD Next event, honestly. So, good stuff there. I'm actually really excited that they're kind of dedicating like an entire week of just zombie stuff, because they really haven't ever done that. It's just kind of like a zombies thing every once in a while, so now it's just like a full week of just like zombie.
It's basically been ever since Cold War that they've I feel like they've done more. I mean, zombies has always been Treyarch's thing, and they've always done the best with it. But It's like, I remember in Cold War, they revealed a ton about zombies in the initial, like, first reveal of the game, which they, like, never did before. And ever since then, they've been doing a great job of, like, emphasizing zombies and being like, yeah, zombies is really important.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. Um, I think zombies should be fun. Um, I, the thing that I think I'm most excited about zombies this year is like, um, you're gonna have this huge map with so many different POIs, but then those POIs are also broken up into their own survival maps. So if you want a quick like jump in and play experience, you can just run a survival map.
Mm.
But if you want to go for the full experience, do the Easter egg, whatever, you can play the big map.
Honestly, that might be what I do. I like the big maps, honestly, for zombies. I feel very trapped and confined with the smaller ones that I don't feel like I do as well. I
Wow,
like to be able
we
to
we've
escape.
we're slowly putting the pieces together. First, Tone has been shoving nuts in her mouth, and now she likes it big. So
Hey, a girl likes what she likes, you know? The more
I'm
you
really
know.
excited for whatever this zombies week is. I just hope that
Mm-hmm.
I hope that they go in depth with a bunch of stuff. Like, I
Oh,
know
me
they're not
too.
going to reveal everything, but like, I hope at least they answer a bunch of questions or they announce something new or they confirm things that we were suspicious about, or maybe they're like, maybe we had a suspicion and they were like, oh, that's not really the case. This is how we're doing it. Like,
Yeah, just like
I hope we
confirm,
get
deny.
I hope we get some like very interesting stuff, and I hope it's like more than just your standard like they're announcing things we already know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping they don't do. I want them to confirm things that we don't already know and unveil some things. I mean, I guess they're probably gonna save the good juicy shit for Cotton X, but at least something to get us to hype up a little bit.
Well, the fun
Um,
part too is we'll be able to see. I mean, it won't be for super long, but like just like last year, we'll probably be able to see people playing zombies. I don't know
yeah.
if they'll put them on a survival map or if they'll throw them in the big map, but because I remember last year they didn't show Terminus, they just showed Liberty Falls, but it was really cool seeing them play zombies because it's like we
Yeah.
never saw zombies gameplay like
Oh
this
no, never.
before launch.
So I'm assuming they'll probably do the same thing just because of how much people enjoyed it last time. But we'll have to wait and see.
Honestly, with
Um,
how much they've been teasing the farm part, you know, the fact that they're kind of bringing back farm from transit and it's a POI, I honestly feel like if that's one of the survival maps, I feel like they might throw them on there and like have them play farm.
mhm. Agreed. Um, so we'll see. I think Bomb would be a good one as well. So there's so moving on, kind of. So there's this new thing for Treyarch just dropped dev talk video thing.
This is
Um,
a real good one.
so this one included Treyarch 3-lane design, map pacing, sizing, and color, face-off and gunfight modes in Black Ops 7, potential CDL map selections, and hints at future BO2 favorites, post-launch report, and more. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of like, so it looks like, I mean, in the beginning here they're kind of talking about pacing a little bit,
They
which
really like the big thing that they wanted to talk about, and I mean they're talking about it here, is like they they realized that people weren't super happy with not necessarily the design of the maps, but just like in BO6 it felt like the maps were basically just like brain rot. Like just run and kill as many things as possible. Doesn't really matter how you do it. And there wasn't like a lot of design to it to where like there was not necessarily like tactical play, but like there wasn't a lot of thinking involved in the BO6 maps when you played them. It
mm,
was basically just run around and get your kills. It was like every map was like shipment, but a little bigger. And they basically like talked about how in BO7 they're trying to make the maps not only making them a little bigger because they said they focused on mainly like standard / medium sized maps.
Mm-hmm.
But they also tried to make them to where you're gonna have your areas where you have engagements, but you're also gonna have areas where you can have breathing room sometimes. And it's not just constantly like you just funneling into people. And they talked about how like in the 3-lane, like they said that most of the maps are 3-lane, but there's some maps where they're not afraid to deviate from the 3-lane. Like maybe if they see something that they feel like they could do something extra with it, they're not going to shy away from it. So we might see a lot of those more OG style maps where it's like it is 3 lanes, but there's also like a bunch of routes you can take to kind of go in between the lanes and all that. And they're showing Blackheart, which is they gave more of a. There was another video they shared where they give more of an in-depth look at Blackheart, which is going to be available in the beta. And then they're talking about competitive maps in the CDL. And I'll let you listen to that because this will be an interesting one.
Which part?
Them talking about CDL maps right here.
There will be Aiden Express, and we are expecting to
Black and some of you
Yeah,
have
I
guessed
want
correctly.
when you
Will
hear this,
there
I want
be
you to
Black
take
Ops
your
2
guesses
competitive
as to
maps
what
for
maps they're talking
CDL.
about.
Yes, there will be. So you've already seen
'Cause
Raid
they're
and
talking
Express,
about Black Ops
and
2
we
maps
are
that'll be coming
expecting to
back.
have some more coming out post-launch.
Yep. Well, it's always a conversation with our partners at CDL on what maps are going to end up being in the pool. We would absolutely love to see some of those Black Ops 2 remasters, and I will say that one of the ones that is coming back for the first time since Black Ops 2 was a competitive map in Black Ops 2. It was played in Search and Destroy, and I'll leave you with that little teaser.
One of my favorites will have you thinking you're the best in the game. Doors? Question mark.
In Black Ops 7 multiplayer.
So, Deception, I'm assuming you already know what map that is.
I know what both the maps are.
Oh, what are they?
I want you to take your guesses.
Take my guess? Bro, I
so
don't
to
remember,
recap,
bro. I
Matt
started watching
said-
comp in like BO4.
Matt said that the first map that Matt said, he said that it was played in Search and Destroy.
Mhm.
And it's a map that has not been remastered. So it's one that was in Black Ops 2 that has never come back. And then
Hold on.
and
Let
then
me I need to
after that,
see
they said that-
the maps. Hold on.
after that they said another map that's coming back that wasn't in Black Ops that was in Black Ops 2 that's never been remade. They said that it would have you feeling like the best in the game.
Okay, hold on.
That one is super easy. If you don't get the first one, you definitely will get the second one.
Was it Pod?
It was neither one of these are DLC maps. They did not play DLC maps in the CDL at BO2. These are CDL maps.
I feel like that was a DLC.
I already know. I immediately knew when he.
So it's
when
not
he
Raid.
Said, when they said
It's
it.
not Slums. It's not Standoff. It's not Turbine.
Yeah, both
not
the maps that
Newtown.
they talked about have never come back.
So hold on. I'm not gonna put a guess, but I'm just saying which ones I don't think have been remastered. Yemen has never been remastered.
Nope. Yemen has never come back.
Hydro has never been there.
Those are all DLC maps.
Okay.
It has to be anything under Newtown 2025.
Oh, Yemen's a DLC?
Yemen was a launch map.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Alright, so Yemen, Downhill, Mirage.
All those are DLC maps.
They're all DLC? Oh, it's everything
They're
under
all
here?
all of the launch maps are below Newtown 2025.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot my above and below. Yemen's never been remade. Turbine's been remade. Standoff's been remade. Slum's been remade. Raid's been remade. I don't think
Plaza's
Plaza's
never been remade.
Yeah, Plaza's never been remade. Overflow.
So
I don't
far,
think
we
so.
have Turbine. We have Yemen, Turbine, Plaza Overflow. Meltdown's never been remade.
And then Drone.
Yeah, Drone's never
Cargo
been remade.
and
Carrier's
Carrier.
never been remade. Carrier, Aftermath.
Okay. So that still leaves quite a bit. I want to go with
You also have to remember what maps they played competitively in BO2.
I want to say Yemen. Yemen's my guess for one of them.
Yemen is the one that that chick said that it make you feel like the best in the game. because that's the clip. That was what map they were playing when Scump had that iconic "I'm the best in the game."
Oh, nice. That's good. I like that. So Yemen's one of them.
Yep.
The other one was good at S&D.
This one was only played in S&D. It was initially played in other modes in the beginning, but after champs they restricted it to only S&D because it didn't really play that great in the other modes.
For some reason, I think it's either carrier or drone.
Nope. It's
Okay.
either they did
Okay.
not play either one of those.
So it's either overflow or plaza or meltdown. That's probably meltdown.
Yeah, it was Meltdown.
Nah, that's what I thought. I knew it after guessing literally every other map. But I knew it.
Meltdown was one of the only maps that they only played one mode in. That's that was the thing about those maps back in the day, is like those maps are so good that they were pretty good in every mode, and it was very rare that you would see a map only get one mode.
Interesting. But I mean, those are some pretty good maps to add back. Meltdowns and Yemen. Yemen's one of my favorite maps
Meltdown
too.
and Yemen are very interesting. Like
Close.
Meltdown is one that I'm like, yeah, I could see it coming back, but like Yemen was one of the more off the wall ones that I really like.
I
like
really did
Hardpoint
forget
on
about this
Yemen
map.
was great.
This map was one of my favorite maps, honestly, now that I'm looking at it.
Dude, and you see like inside the reactor, like when I look at inside the reactor, I literally just think about that. I think about that Karma ninja defuse when he was in a 1v3 and he just ninja defused right after the dude planted. And it was that ninja defuse was crazy too, because they knew that he would push that, and all three of them were in there, and he just ninja defused on them.
There's Yemen. I just really like BO2. I feel like all these are like, I was like, oh my god, I love this map too, but I just love BO2 maps, period. Like,
yeah, that's the thing, is like, even like, that's what I was saying before on previous podcasts, is like, even the worst BO2 map is still going to be good compared to like all the maps they've released recently.
okay, in your humble opinion, what do you think is the worst BO2 map? I think we've already kind of discovered this, but I kind of want.
Are we talking about DLC and launch, or just launch?
We'll go DLC and launch.
DLC and launch. Honestly, I would probably say, thinking about all the DLC maps, because I want to lean toward a launch map, because honestly, the DLC maps are pretty good.
I'm scrolling for you.
Honestly, if I had to give you a guess,
Okay.
I have like three. I have one launch map and two DLC maps in mind. The launch map that I would say that I think was the worst was probably Carrier. Just like for like sniping and stuff, it was great, but for everything else, it was pretty bad. But like when I look at DLC maps, what I think would be the worst, I would say probably either Encore or Frost. Those maps looked cool, but they didn't play amazingly.
Yeah, I agree. I think mine would be Frost if for the DLCs.
I hate it because of Frost, because I could be wrong, but I feel like Frost is a remake that they didn't mention. I feel like Frost is like a remake where they took the map design of another map and made it into Frost, and I don't remember if they did that or not, but Frost, like, it just always felt too big. Like that was kind of the only qualm I had with a lot of the BO2 maps. Like design wise, they were good. It's just some of them were a little too big.
Pops. Bro, my spelling is quite literally awful. Holy crap. Was Frost? Nope. Was Frost in BO2 ever remastered? Okay.
I don't think it was. I was trying to think if it was like a remake of a previous map, but I don't remember. Because I'm pretty sure that Frost came out the same time as Dig, and Dig was a remaster from World at War, so I don't know if I think Frost was an original map.
Well, it looks like there was some rumblings in like 2023 that it was going to be remastered. Oh wait, never mind. As of September 25, Black Ops 2 multiplayer has not been officially remastered from different Call of Duty games. Okay, so now.
I just those would probably be my picks for like worst maps, but honestly, like any of the maps that came out in BO2, it doesn't really matter which one. Even the worst ones would be really good
Yeah.
in the new games. Especially with like the improvements they made to movement. Like I feel like a lot of these bigger maps would be way better with the omni movement and all that. And like the
Agreed.
sliding and
Yeah.
like I remember like if you fell in the water on this map, you'd die. And there was no way you could walk through the water. If you could like if they made the water icy and made you be able to slide on it or like made you be able to swim in it like you can in BO6, that would immediately make this map better.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, we'll see how it shakes out. That's really cool though. I do like how one thing I do like about Call of Duty though is when they're coming up to launch a game, they really are pretty specific on what is getting added into the game and what's not. And it's something I do like about it. That's one prop I'll give to Call of Duty is like how they're like, yeah, this
When
feature's
Treyarch
gonna be in
knows
the game.
what people want.
Yeah. Like this feature's gonna be in this game.
Because like
this is gonna be in the game.
they answered a lot of questions. They even talked about like how colorful they want their maps to be, and they were like, we know that we want to do more colorful maps, and they were even talking about the I don't remember what the map is called, but it's the one where you're in Alaska and there's the Aurora Borealis in the sky, and it's like that's one of the coolest looking maps I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Agreed. So,
Another funny thing, I don't know. I don't know if it was included in that dev talk video or not, or if it was like just a snippet from another video. There's a one point in one of the videos though where somebody asks for shipment and Matt just looks at the camera and he's like, "Wrong studio."
nice. What game did they put Nuketown and Shipment in?
I don't think those have been in the same game.
Am I making shit up?
Shipment has been in non-Infinity Ward games, but Nuketown has never been in a non-Treyarch game. I mean, unless you're talking about COD Mobile, because they're both in COD Mobile.
Maybe, I don't know.
I remember everybody was dumbfounded when Sledgehammer put Shipment in World War II because Shipment was an Infinity Ward thing.
Okay, this is demented. Sorry, I haven't looked at the Season 5 Reloaded for,
You can
yet.
play as a mannequin.
Whoa, this is fucking demented. Like, what?
That's funny. That is funny.
Like, like, look at her face. That's actually me
Dude,
when
if you could play as a mannequin, dude, on Nuketown, that would be trippy for some people.
Yeah, no, this is my face on a daily basis right here. Just saying. Wow, that's wow. Oh, that's a cool skin. See, this is a cool. This is a cool freaking skin. This it
You
looks
got
like
the
this
they
is
put
for
the
Halloween.
helical mag on the PPSH. I heard I haven't used it, but I've heard the helical mag on the PPSH is really good. I heard it improved the gun a lot.
Nice. What was it?
They also, fun little thing for people, especially Zombies fans, that they changed in Season 5 Reloaded. For everybody that was up in arms about the PPSH, the drum mag only having 55 bullets instead of 71 bullets, it now has 71 bullets.
Ooh. Problem solved. Problem solved. Alrighty. Moving on.
I've heard that Deadline LTM in Warzone is really good. I've heard people saying that it's really good.
What even is it?
I don't know. I haven't heard like a description of it or whatever, but I've seen people talking about that it's really good.
Fair enough.
I haven't played BO6 in so long.
Me either. It's uninstalled.
Low key excited for BO7 though.
COD has a lot of pressure riding on this game. Yes, old maps would be good for the game as long as they ease them in and not spam them all in the game and make it a sole hype for the game. We need innovation and new playstyle while keeping it grounded and making COD again. Sorry, hot take. How are y'all doing? Honestly, Grinchy, that's not a bad hot take, honestly. It isn't even really like a hot take. I feel like they just need to make better maps. They just don't. So people want the old maps because they know they're gonna be good. It's more of like instead of like not wanting new maps, because I want new maps. It's more of like knowing the old maps are good and wanting them back to play on good maps and not shitty ones.
You know what the other thing is too, and I know this is like, I've heard people say this before, but it's still a hot take because of just how the climate is now of video games. But like, when paid DLC used to be a thing and they had season passes, the maps were generally better, and it's because they wanted to earn your money, so they had to make something good, and they had to put the time in to truly make something really good.
Yeah.
And like ever since they've went to the free maps, free like all that stuff, everything being free, the map quality has like went down.
Actually,
And that's why, like, honestly, like, part of me feels like that I wish COD would just go back to a season pass system and get rid of the battle pass and all that or whatever, or make the battle pass completely free. Because I feel like we'd get better content even if we had to pay for it.
yeah. Same. I mean, we're already kind of paying for. I mean, wow, started much. We're already paying so much for the freaking game. Bring the game back down to 60. Have the DLC. Earn our money that way. And people will buy the DLC if they're good fucking maps. Just make good freaking maps. Don't charge for
that's the
don't
thing,
charge
though, is, like-
$100 for a freaking game where the maps are ass.
Well, that's the thing, though, is like back then, it's like because they wanted to earn your money and they wanted even more money, they had to actually make good maps. And like now, the only good maps for the most part are like remakes.
Yeah.
Outside of like, there were a bunch of good ones in MW3. Like Rio was a good map. Six Star was a great map. There were a bunch of good ones in MW3, but like MW3 is a wild exception to a lot of things in modern COD.
Mhm.
Because I honestly think MW3 is the best game that's come out since at least like BO4.
Yeah.
In terms of like modern COD, like MW19 onward, MW3 is like miles ahead of everything else.
Mhm. I 100% agree. Grinchy, move the game back to 60, remove season pass, bring back $35 weapon skins, add DLC. Yes, yes, yes. All things. Just go back. It worked before. It worked before. Like,
Or like if they didn't want to do 4 DLC packs, they could do what the original MW3 did, where they had like the smaller map packs, but they would come out more frequently.
yeah. Like, there's.
Because I remember back in like the original MW3, there would be a map pack come out like each month. It would only have like 2 or 3 maps, but it ended up over the cycle of the game, they actually had way more maps in that game than they had in any previous game.
Mm-hmm. And like, people are still gonna like. I mean, people are still buying skins. People are still buying these things on top of playing for the game. So you can still make all these skins, even though they're weird as fuck, and make that money that way too for these microtransactions. Just make it just so it's not as much for the game. Because like, I understand like microtransactions when games are like free, because you know the game's got to make money somehow. We've kind of seen games fall because of that, like X-Defiant. You know, they didn't make enough money to kind of keep themselves afloat. And there was a lot of other issues too, but that was a big chunk of it. And just like, you know, it's microtransactions are important to the survival of free games. But when you're already paying $70, $80 freaking dollars for a game, like, to have that many microtransactions is kind of insane. At that high
Well, and
cost.
we've said it before. It's like if COD went free to play, yeah, they would take a little bit of a hit on their precious Q4 that they love, but like that's $70 that somebody now has free that they can just pump into the store.
And honestly, more people, I think we have talked about this before again too, but more people will play the game and get, you know, and the thing is, COD is a team game. You know, you play with your friends. You don't always play. I mean, you can play alone, but like people love COD's the best when you play with your friends, right? So when all the homies can get on Call of Duty, you're like, oh my god, guys, let's play Call of Duty because we can all play it and it's not, you know, breaking our freaking banks. And then they still have that $70, $80, $100 that they're going to spend in cosmetics. They're still going to spend the same amount of money on the game. It's just going to be more longevity. And then also those people that, you know, can't spend the $70, but they can spend $20. You know, that's $20 that you did not have before. The people that spend the money on the game are still going to spend the money on the game. It's just now you have people that are going to spend money on the game that couldn't spend that much money on the game. And and it'll improve player base, which honestly boosts a lot more things than just Q4 sales.
Well, and people will be a lot more incentivized to buy stuff from the store if they didn't already have to pay for the game.
Yep. Because like me personally, I'm like, I already paid $70 for this freaking game. Like I can't just freaking go and buy like everything. I'll buy the like $10 pass for the you know for me to complete it.
Well,
that's about it.
There are also like there are plenty other products even in the COD universe that cost less and are way more fun. Like for example, there's that like client for MWR where you can play like all. It's like basically like it's basically what SM squared was supposed to be, but they put it on MWR. Like I saw a clip of somebody, saw a sniping clip of somebody using the MSR from MW3 on Nuketown, going crazy. I've honestly been thinking about buying it because MWR is only like $40. And then that client is obviously free.
Honestly, I like it. I don't know.
I think it'd be fun.
Plutonium. I think there's a lot of different things that they need to do, and there's a lot of things that they could do, honestly, a lot of different like avenues that they could go down to make these things better. It's just honestly looking and being like, yeah, what we have right now is not the best product that we can put out, and we need to change something to make it so it is the best product that we can put out, because they are losing fans because of it. I mean, obviously, you know, there's always those diehards that cover the game like us, and then the diehards that play, and those people are not going to go away all at the same time, but those numbers are fleeting. You know, there's people that played Call of Duty for 2 decades, you know, that are stepping away from the game because it's just not worth it to them anymore. And those are the kind of, you know, those are the kind of people that you've been relying on for the past 20 years to build your company as a whole and just build the game title in general. And to lose those kind of people, yeah, at first you don't kind of like see that, but you know, eventually over time you do see those numbers you know, start to build up, especially the more and more of them exponentially leaving that don't come back. Or if they do come back, they play Warzone and they don't spend money on the game. So they only play like one time with their friends because it's a free-to-play game.
That's true.
So that's my 67 cents on that.
There's also like, I think they should do this, and obviously we've talked about this before. Many people have talked about this many times. But like, I think if they're gonna bring back stuff like Yemen and Meltdown, even if they want to drip feed it to everybody else as like content later on in the game, those maps, whatever maps they plan to use in the CDL, should be in the game at launch, even if it's only in like ranked and private matches, just for the CDL, so we don't have to deal with whatever other maps we might have to possibly play.
Yeah.
Like, they should, like, before launch, they should get the CDL guys and they should look like, should be like, these are all the maps that we're planning. Which ones do you want to play competitively? And then at least by the time the first like major is about to happen, they have all that stuff in there and people are playing it, scrimming, and getting ready.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Also, they make Warzone its own entity away from AAA COD, like COD Mobile. I agree, but like literally the only reason I think that they're still tied together, like regular COD titles and Warzone, is because people play Warzone and then they go play Call of Duty to level up the guns that they use in Warzone, and they want to keep people and they want to keep people playing the like multiplayer Call of Duty and not Warzone, and that's how they do it. And it's not for everybody. It's not everybody, but it is a good chunk. It's a good chunk, I'd say, of the player base that will go play, you know, multiplayer COD to level up the guns and get the skins and stuff like that for Warzone, because that's really kind of like the leading path for Call of Duty right now is Warzone on the casual side of things. So yeah, it's like opposite. Like on the casual side, Warzone kind of takes the lead, but in the competitive sense, multiplayer does.
Yeah.
So, anywho, moving on. Speaking of the CDL, actually, so we've got a lot of roster shakes. I think the biggest one, kind of being this Celium to the Falcons scenario, and it looks like they've rebranded as well. The Falcons are now the Riyadh Falcons, which is honestly where the team is actually located.
It was kind of like a double whammy of changes.
Yeah.
Because like they announced this and like they didn't say anything really, but now they've moved to Riyadh, which I mean, I think it's kind of cool because now it's like now we finally have another presence outside of the U.S.
I know it. Literally the first time since like 2022, 2023 maybe. It's been a couple years.
I think the last team to move was
the Falcons.
I think the last team to move was Ravens.
Yeah.
Because the year before, Legion moved to Vegas, and then Ravens were like, "Yeah, we're moving to Charlotte." So.
Yeah, because looking at like the original teams. Let me just smaller this a little bit. So yeah, so looking at like the original teams from the Call of Duty.
This looks so foreign.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Well, you remember when I first did like something like it was before we started the podcast where I do like those review things on my YouTube channel where I like drew out all these logos. I still have them, and I like look through them sometimes. I like find them every once in a while because I just kind of keep them on like a shelf, and I find them every once in a while, and I just like look through them, and I'm like, wow, things have changed so much, with the logos. Like, let me see if I can actually pull up Call of League comp team 2025. Oh, let's see if I can find an image of all the teams.
Like literally, like there are so many changes in here. Not even just to like the team names and the logos, but like also the parent companies and all that. Everything.
Okay. So I didn't find a like actual like Twitter post of it, like an actual picture of all of them, but this is like a breaking point ranking thing. So here's all them. This was like less than it was in December, so almost a year ago, but it was like at the start of the season. We've got LA, which was the new team since the beginning. Okay, FaZe is still the same, but there's rumors that they're going to Vegas. Huntsman's gone, now Optic. Texas, which is a totally different logo than the Optic Gaming one, too, so it's a double whammy. Then we've got...
Yeah, they kind of absorbed 3 different teams, because, like, there used to be Huntsman, Empire, and OGLA, and then OGLA became Optic Chicago, so they absorbed both of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then going into Vanguard, they absorbed Empire and became Optic Texas.
Yep. So, I mean, that's just a conglomerate of like, these 3 teams. Oh my god, they're right next to each other, too. There's a conglomerate of these 3 teams. And then, you know, the 4 new Mutineers turned into Miami Heretics, rebrand of location and of name. Toronto Ultra is still the same. It's one of the only teams that are still the same. Probably after this little section, might be different. And then we've got the Cloud9, New York Cloud9, which is different because there's subliners before. Then we've got the Vancouver Surge, which was Seattle Surge. Same logo and name, just different location. Then we've got the LA Gorillas. Same peeps. Just different owner now. I think.
Yeah, the
right?
only change is
Now it's the
they've added made at the end.
Yeah. Are we counting that? Is that counting as a rebrand?
Well, apparently the reason why they kept Gorillas is they didn't have the authorization to change it in time. So I do believe that next season they will just be the LA Gentlemates, I believe.
Oh, okay. So that's changing as well. All right.
I believe.
Cool. Nice. And then we've got Rocker, which is still Minnesota Rocker, just the logo changed a little bit from the blue to the red.
They got picked up by G2, so they switched.
I'd still consider that the same team though. They still have the same name and they still have the same location, and there's only one other team that does that, and that's Toronto Ultra. So
yeah.
Then we've got the North Carolina Royal Ravens. It was the London Royal Ravens. Then we've got Boston Breach, was the buyout of one of the Empire Spy, I believe.
Yeah, they there was back in Vanguard there was serious talk that they might only have 11 teams, and then all of a sudden Oxygen comes in and they're like, okay, we'll take a spot.
Yep. So good for them.
And now Boston Breach is a thing.
Yep. They're not breaching much. They're trying to breach top 8, regular.
They were like really good in like before Major 1 of Vanguard, and ever since then they've never done anything.
They like had a really good breakout, and we're like, oh yay, and then they're like, oh never mind, just kidding, we fooled you, bamboozled. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they're like, oh, okay, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, they have not done very well since then.
No. So, what was I trying to say here?
And then Vegas Falcons kind of evolved from Paris Legion, because then they became Vegas Legion, and then
Vegas
I
Falcons.
I won't even call it the ownership. I don't know what in the world they were doing over at Legion.
I don't know why they went to Vegas, but they changed to Vegas, and now they changed. Then they got bought out, and now they changed the location again to Riyadh.
Now they're going to be the Riyadh Falcons.
Riyadh. So that's cool, I guess. If they're finally coming into their own, we finally have, for the first time in a long time, we have a foreign.
Finally,
team.
We are 100% completely removed from the plague that was the Legion.
Yeah.
We've removed the team name, and we've removed the city now.
Yep. And we are now not just an NA league, which is great. We're now worldwide, which is a lot better. I think we could still expand on this a little bit. I feel like there's still some room to grow with that, but it would require an actual expansion of the league to be able to make. I don't know.
Gentlemates are French. I honestly could see maybe them becoming a France-based team.
Please, I beg. Because then I'd have a reason to go to a French Call of Duty event, and je parle français, so...
Well, there's already rumors that there are maybe multiple international events next season.
Oh my god, I gotta get my passport, ASAP. ASAP.
I've heard of rumors that there are possibly going to be 2.
Okay. I need to get my passport, and then I need to find someone to watch my girls, and then I'm gonna go to something. What? I don't know yet. Something.
But yeah, this also, this whole thing, with all these teams kind of go into their parent organization, because there's a little bit of talk that maybe Ultra just completely switched to Koi, and then maybe Rocker just switched to being the Minnesota G2 or G2 Minnesota or whatever you want to call them. And there's a lot of talk about that right now.
Hold on, I found a
And
better
honestly,
picture.
like if that ended up happening at this point, I'd be like, we should just get rid of the city names, dude. Like, I really don't understand the point of the city names if it's just gonna be like city name, parent org name. Because like
Yeah.
back in the very beginning, it was just Optic and Phase, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, oh, Optic and Phase are really big. It makes sense that they kept their parent org names, but it's really cool that all these other teams they have their own identity outside of their parent org. It's like it kind of like it was as close as we probably will ever get to traditional sports and how it felt.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, it started with Miami Heretics really in 2023, and then we kept going from there. And now, if you look at it, we got FaZe, Cloud9, Gentlemates, the Thieves, the Heretics, the Falcons, Optic. Like, there's so many teams that just go by their parent org that I just don't think that the city names matter at all anymore.
Yeah. I feel like
Like,
I feel
like
like
they should just get rid of it.
I feel like if esports wasn't such like a international thing, like where like you could root for a team, like it didn't matter where you were, it didn't matter where you lived, because like the team spread further than just the physical location of the headquarters.
Yeah, and there's like the whole internet thing too, because it's
Yeah.
like there's also the fact that Optic Texas is like the only team that really is accurate to where they are.
Yeah.
Because like
Well, now the
we
Falcons
have all these
too.
cities and these team names, but like these team names and stuff don't really matter that much. Like
No.
Optic and Thieves are like the only two that really are where their city is. Like, and everywhere else, and 90% of the players are just in Texas because that's just the best place.
Yep.
That's the best place to
Well,
be
aren't
for
the
like
no
internet
the thieves? The
and
thieves.
everything.
I'm pretty sure the thieves are in Texas.
They're in Texas now, but like
Oh yeah, they were in LA.
up until now, they played in LA.
But because like Texas is like the
And
epicenter.
Surge tried to play in Vancouver for a while, but then their internet was horrible, so they moved.
Well,
I know FaZe tried to play out of Atlanta for a while, but I think they're even in Texas now.
Yeah, I think just Texas is kind of like the epicenter for Call of Duty right now in the competitive scene. Just kind of that's where everyone's at.
And that's like all that stuff is why I say that we should just get rid of the city names because like it doesn't matter. It means nothing.
If they really played like in their home state, I feel like it would make, or like home city, I feel like it would make more sense. But they don't. So it should all it should be like it should all be like Texas.
Imagine like there's already been issues with some of the servers that COD picks, even when teams are in Texas. But like, imagine if we had a league match between Surge and Falcons and they were in their cities.
Oh
That would be the ping difference would be
it'd
insane.
be awful. Well, the thing is like it's different. It's different than like traditional sports. Because traditional sports, you travel to that location to play the match, and with esports, it's just not as feasible because you can play online, right? So it's just like you just play online in like the best like ping location to be able to do that.
That's true.
And that's just what makes esports so unique and different to traditional sports. Because like with basketball, you'd have to play basketball in person. That's why you couldn't play over COVID, because you were down to be in person.
Well, and like I think initially the CDL had that idea. Like the initial idea of the CDL, I think, was good. Like I think honestly, like if we wanted to keep the city names, but they did like an NBA style schedule, or like a traditional sports schedule, where it was like every couple days we had teams playing in their respective cities. Like everybody had to fly out, and there were like home and road games and all that. I think all this would work. But the fact that 90% of it is online, and the fact that esports is not big enough for them to support doing it like traditional sports yet, it just doesn't really work. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, it's a good thought, but I just don't. I mean, esports has to be at that place, or we have to take a very big financial hit to be able to make that
Yeah.
work, or add more to.
'Cause I think it would be actually crazy if we could have a thing where like Optic goes to the Falcons Arena in Riyadh to play a series. And then like a couple days later they go back to Texas and they play from the Esports Arena.
Yeah.
And then a couple days later they go to LA and like imagine Optic and Thieves playing in like the crypto.com arena where the Lakers play. It'd be nuts.
Yeah.
But like that's not a thing.
Nope. They'd have to make it a thing, and they'd have to sell enough tickets to make the event worth it to put on, and it would just have to. It would have to be worth it, and right now it's just not. And I don't know what the break-even points as far as like what would make it worth it, because you have to pay for the travel for the team, the coach. You know, you have to pay travel. and
Esports
then-
would have to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a lot bigger.
Mind you, and like travel for these like professional teams is a lot cheaper because they have private jets. You know what I mean? They fly the entire team on one private jet from
Yeah.
one place, or two private jets from one place to another. You know, they don't have to fly economy.
But they make a lot more money too,
Yeah.
especially from viewership too, because like you got to think about a lot of the money that sports make is from TV deals.
Yeah.
And outside of a few stray appearances here and there, esports is not on television.
Nope.
So they're not getting TV deal money.
TV deal money is big money. Or even like streaming service deals. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking YouTube.
I mean,
I'm talking.
even that,
I'm
I
talking.
don't think the streaming service deal money is that big because it doesn't feel like they've had a lot of help from the exclusivity deals they've had.
It's fair. Well, I'm talking like Paramount. I'm talking like, you know, all these different streaming apps like HBO Max, like all that other stuff. Anyway,
That's what Amazon should do.
yeah.
They should pioneer having esports on internationally televised streaming services. Let's do esports on Prime.
Yep.
Let's
I
get
like
it done.
I mean, they did the thing with Mr. Beast, so I mean, they've kind of already started to get into this realm, and it paid off with him. So I feel like he's kind of like paving the way to where it can make it possible for esports.
Possibly.
We'll have to. Well, actually, Deception, you and I should do it. We'll just be the ones to do it and make it a thing. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Climb Together podcast. I've been your host, Tony Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
This has been episode 129. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys follow us on Twitch, where we stream this live every week, now at 2 p.m. EST on Wednesdays, on twitch.tv/Tonage_Scorp and twitch.tv/Deception276. And also, if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.